Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about how the August supermoon in Virgo may impact the zodiac signs Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant for all zodiac signs. Now, anyway, well, the first thing up is as far as Libra goes. Well, I mean, this is going to be in the house of chaos, and you're talking about the 12th house being emphasized and highlighted for Libra, so it's a house like of chaos and confusion. This could be a very opportune time, I think, for Libra to compartmentalize and organize their private life, and if there's any confusion in their life in general, to get things in order. This is really an opportune time for that. It could be a time where Libra can actually maybe start to analyze and decipher who their true friends are. Now, remember, the 12th house is the house of hidden adversaries. So you're talking about a supermoon in astrology, and it can have a little more powerful impact than the regular new moons. So it can be more intensified energy into these matters, and it could be a time to for a Libra now in some isolated cases where it could be the start of some clandestine affair with a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo traits. Could also be about a time where things, I mean, you have Mercury in this mix as well, and this stellium consists of 5 planets in Virgo, where it could even be really a strong focus and this really strong concentration, this energy, Virgo energy, on perhaps an aunt or an uncle in some cases. That could be very analytical, but yet critical discussions with them. At this time, this could be a time too where this could be the beginning of doing something maybe Virgo-like in solitude and seclusion, such as it could be working out vigorously, it could be doing some kind of detailing or something with editing or proofreading, something which requires a lot of precision, even if it's doing something around the home that requires these real precise measurements. It could, again, this could be done something in solitude and seclusion, or even something other 12th house related work that requires being very punctilious with details, such as doing something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology. Now, the next sign we're going to talk about is Scorpio. Now, for Scorpio, the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, as far as Scorpio goes, this could be a time where this could be the beginning in some cases of a Virgo, like an aspiration or goal, and given that it's the supermoon, this could be something that might be for a little bit more sustained and protracted period than the typical new moon. This is something where it might involve something connected with extrapolating data, something with statistics, being a professional or aspiring to be a professional organizer, doing something with detailing, something with editing, proofreading, something that requires a lot of attention to details, such as computer programming, being somebody that works with data entry, systems analyst, anything that could be Virgo related. Could also be the start of embarking on some kind of a health or fitness program at this time as part of an aspiration or goal. Now, in some cases, this could be the beginning of a connection where you start a friendship with a Virgo person. It could be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics, and could be something that could be fairly sustained, again, given the fact that this is not a regular new moon in Virgo. This is a supermoon in Virgo, and there is a tremendous concentration of this Virgo energy at this time, including Venus and Mars and Mercury, the sun, and the moon. So you have that Venus there where there's a lot of enjoyment, could be a lot of enjoyment in this as well, and Mars could give that added initiative, enterprise, and courage in these matters. Now the next sign, Sagittarius. Well, for Sagittarius, the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Sagittarius, this could be a time where Sagittarius may begin to do something Virgo related as far as something career related goes. It could be something, again, connected with data entry, computer programming, doing some analytical work. It could be something where you're extrapolating data, or maybe even the beginning of extrapolating where you're going to be in your career at this time, or career matters. If you're not currently in a position where you think is stable, or you're not happy at this time, it might be a time where you begin to analyze things more as far as maybe the dominant parent, which is often the father, where you are in terms of your stature in life, where you want to be. Again, it's that extrapolating Virgo energy coming into play, perhaps. And it could be a time too where this could be a very good period, because you're going to have Mercury in this mix, in this strong concentration of Virgo energy, for analytical discussions with the dominant parent, which is often the father, people prominent in your career. It could be somebody that is connected with your public image, your reputation. If you have some kind of promoter or what have you, in some isolated cases, that's how this may manifest. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is as far as Capricorn goes. Well, for Capricorn, it'll be the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted as far as this Virgo supermoon goes. Now, again, remember, keep in mind that for when you're talking about supermoon energy, it could be more powerful, more amplified, more intense than a regular new moon. This could be a time where you're talking about this strong Virgo energy and the 9th house. It could be a time where you may begin to embark or start on something that's Virgo, that's publishing, that will be published at some time. It could be some kind of novel that might have to do with some kind of or some kind of book that has a lot of like statistical data and research in it. It could be some kind of book that's associated with health or some kind of fitness, or anything that could be detail oriented, something that involves being of some kind of service to somebody, maybe showing people how to solve certain problems. I think Virgo energy can be have to do with problem solving. It could be a book connected with nutrition, so you might begin that process as far as publishing at this time, whether it could be starting to write, but it could also be the beginning stages of publishing for this, and it could be have very powerful impact. And it could be something where it might actually really be something that could be very positive for you at this time. Remember, Venus is in this mix, and Venus is about money, so it could be a very auspicious period for that. Now, could also be at this time if there's been any difficulties with in-laws or grandchildren. It could be a time where you may rekindle connection with a Virgo in-law or grandchild. It could be something where it could be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. You might begin a course, a Virgo type college course at this time as well. It could be something that's associated with anything Virgo related, such as computer programming, data entry, something with a nutrition field, such as maybe learn to become could be a fitness instructor or a dietitian, or somebody that may something that, again, that could be connected with editing, with becoming an editor or proofreader, anything that could be Virgo related, systems analyst, something that requires a lot of analytical ability, doing some work as a statistician. This could really be a time too where maybe you begin to be really punctual and very timely, very reliable in 9th house matters, and it might be something that's very sustained for for you. It could be something connected with a religious congregation, or doing so, being more dutiful as far as your college studies may go. It could be matters with publishing or even global communications at this time. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, well, the next sign I'm going to talk about is Aquarius. Now, for Aquarius at this time, the 8th house is what is going to be emphasized and highlighted. Now, in some cases, this could be a time where you make, very major transformation in your life, Aquarius. It could be something that requires very acute attention to detail, being very punctilious with details. It could be the time, too, where you begin to compartmentalize things as far as intimate connections may go. Shared resources, matters with shared resources. If you're in a situation where you're some business connection and you're sharing, there's literally being resources shared. This is a time, or significant other situation, where you're beginning to really organize and compartmentalize where this is going and where that is going. It could even be doing defrag work on a computer if it's tied in to maybe a business that you have. If this is something where if that is something where if that is part of what your business might consist of. In some cases, if you're doing work, as far as computers go and defragging, this could be a time where it might be a little bit more busier, more so than usual, and you're doing computer work, which could actually computer repair or helping people out, doing some kind of assistance for others as far as that goes. Because Virgo energy, of course, could be about compartmentalizing things, and it could even be where you're doing so for somebody you're in an intimate or sexual connection with. Now, another way this could manifest and pan out as well is about really, Virgo energy could be very analytical. Remember also, too, you're going to have, this could be a time for Aquarius where it could be the beginning of maybe even something very analytical, very detail oriented, as far as something connected with psychology or the occult, the supernatural, even astrology can be in that mix, and something where writing can be involved, because remember that Mercury is going to be in this mix as well. And Mercury, of course, being in its dignity in Virgo, very punctilious with details. Of course, you're going to have Venus in this mix, and that could be something monetary related at this time. And anyway, and also now in some cases, which could be very isolated, it could shine the light on some kind of Virgo surgical related matter. It could be something connected with the spleen, or something with the the digestive, something digestive that might there might be some issues. May not be anything really like real life threatening, but remember that this is about surgery. The 8th house is connected with surgery. It could also be a time where you really put your foot down and you're deciding to leave some kind of Virgo type legacy at this time, as the 8th house could be connected with that as well, such as being very analytical, detail-oriented, industrious, being about punctuality, being able to compartmentalize things, being very dependable, being very reliable, and being really about good behavior, as well as that could be connected with Virgo. Now, last but not least, as far as Pisces goes, now the 7th house is what's going to be emphasized and highlighted. Now for Pisces, this could be a time where this could be, you're talking about supermoon astrology, very powerful energy, more so, and at least a little bit more powerful than a regular new moon. In some cases, this could be perhaps the start of a connection, if you will, as far as something that might be a potential significant other. It could be with a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. It could be a time where you might begin to compartmentalize your relationships at this time, and you have Venus in that mix. It could be a time where you really enjoy this as well, and it's going to be something that really at this time where you do these compartmentalizing your relationships, and it could be something that you've really held off on or procrastinated on for a very prolonged period, but then you decide to actually do it at this time. Now, it could also be the start of some Virgo type partnership at this time, and again, you have this very surfite and abundance of energy, not just because this is a new supermoon, but because you're going to have Mars in this mix as well, and having Venus in this mix could be very auspicious for money as well. And it could be something, again, that this Virgo type partnership could be something connected with being like, professional organizing, house cleaning. It could be something where you're doing some kind of work that requires attention to detail, and could be doing some with computers, computer programming, or even troubleshooting them, because Virgo energy can be about problem solving. And it could be a time too where you're really trying to decipher and analyze people that might be, legal opponents or even legal situations. If you're involved with more than one of them, you might be organizing matters in connection with them, whether they might be papers or documents or what have you. So those are some ways that this might really pan out at this time. So as far as it could be also the start of maybe dealing with some Virgo like open adversary. It could be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies Virgo like traits at this time. So this could be one way that this might pan out for Pisces at this time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. For my take on the August 30th, 2019 supermoon in Virgo, as far as how it may impact the zodiac signs Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces go. And stay tuned next time, where I will be continuing my monthly horoscope segments. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.